if I looked at our previous forecasts, we were looking at the lack of fiscal support driving a 2 percentage point drag on US GDP as we go from 2020 into 2021. We had baked into our forecast a 900 billion fiscal stimulus package that drove a move from a 2 percentage point drag to a 70 basis point push to US GDP. Obviously, our numbers were 900 billion, 1.9 trillion, over twice that number. So this is a positive surprise to the market, is a positive surprise to overall levels of economic growth in the United States. That's important from an Asia perspective because, as we discussed the last time that we sat down together, most investors were very positive on Asia and emerging markets relative to the US. We've seen over 18 consecutive weeks of fund inflows into Asia ex Japan over the course of the last couple of months, very indicative of that investor positioning. So it is highly likely that we'll start to see funds rotate out of emerging market Asia and back to the US, given this positive surprise for economic growth.
Right. Which countries do you think would be top of mind in terms of being key beneficiaries for demand coming back, demand-led recovery coming back in the US in the wake of this package? Starting off, of course, with China, but then filtering down.
So I think China, it's important to keep in mind the outperformance that we saw within 2020. Many investors benefited from overweight positions in China as we worked our way through last year on the back of more aggressive lockdowns driving a faster economic recovery than rest of world. That is now played out, and the rest of the world is now playing catch up. And so we've already started to see very clear rotational trades out of China into Taiwan and ASEAN in particular, two markets or two regions that we have been very positive on. And so those rotations have continued. We've had days where you've seen effectively 4 times the inflows into Taiwan than we've seen into China on a reasonably sustainable basis over the course of the last couple of weeks. So that intra-Asia rotation has occurred. I would highlight, however, that again, investor fund flows into Asia have been very aggressive over the course of the past couple of months. You could start to see that reverse out. We're not calling for that yet. I'd say we're maybe about halfway through the trade at this stage. But we do have to look forward and start to understand when we could start to see this reverse out.